Hello plant community, thanks for tuning to this channel. My name is Pam and today you guys I have another fun one for you. As you know, I have a lot of plants at this point and I finally made the decision, you guys. It's finally time for me to start chipping away at my collection. And so I have a couple of plants here in my collection I want to share with you guys today. Some plants that I kind of don't really want anymore. So this would be what I would consider an unhaul moment, if you will. So if this is something that you seem interested in, please don't forget to hit the subscribe button and remember to push those thumbs up. So I'm super excited. Let's just jump right into it. Okay, guys, so really, I don't know how many plants I have. I have a few plants. The majority of these plants are the ones that I've decided that I probably want to get rid of, basically. However way, I'm not sure how I want to do it, whether I want to give it away, sell them, and I hate to say it, if all else fails, trash them, because I have to make an executive decision at this point. I have collectively probably a little bit over 300 plants in my collection now. And one of the things that I want to do this year, you guys, is really streamline my collection to those plants that's really pulling at my heartstrings, the ones that I really love, the ones that really bring me joy. Because if I'm around a whole bunch of plants that's not bringing me joy, it defeats the purpose of me doing this hobby, right? So I'm just changing, if you will, because there used to be a time, you guys, where I'd be like, oh no, I don't want to get rid of none of the plants because they're living plants and la la la, and that's cool and that's fine and dandy. But the reality of the situation is I just can't keep each and every last plant, especially if I plan on buying more plants or plants that's really like giving me that feel, you know. And the plants that I picked, and we're going to go through them, you guys. Yeah, let me just start by showing you one, and I can't believe I'm showing you guys this one right here. But this one is actually my Philodendron subobstatum. This is one of my oldest plants, you guys. I don't know if y'all even remember how long I've had it. Probably had her for about 3 years now. And she was trailing or climbing up high. And she was losing some leaves. And so I kind of restarted her. She is a very beautiful philodendron. Don't get me wrong. I can't believe that I'm actually saying this because y'all know how I feel about those red backs. And I still love this plant. It's just that it is not doing it for me anymore. I just recently watered her too. I don't know what it is. It's no longer pulling at my heartstrings, and I don't feel bad about getting rid of her. She's a beautiful plant, though. Can you not say she's not? She is a beautiful plant. It's just, she's just not doing it for me anymore. So I'm definitely going to try to see if I can get rid of her. Another thing, you guys, too, I don't even know. Let me know what your thoughts are. How can I even get rid of these plants? Because people were saying, you know, Facebook Marketplace. Honestly, I don't know how safe that is for me. So I don't know if that's the thing for me to even try. Somebody said maybe possibly eBay, but then you're thinking about shipping costs and things like that. So, yeah, I don't know. I don't know what I plan on doing. I guess I probably wouldn't really look into it until the weather gets warm. Right now it's like freezing, frigid cold, so I don't know if anybody would even want to pick up a plant. But you guys, if any of y'all live in Maryland and you happen to see a plant that I'm showing that you want, I'm going to put my email address down here. Send me an email and maybe we can talk about making arrangements. I don't know, but these plants, honestly, they just gotta go in my personal opinion. My next one is another philodendron. And I don't even know if I'm falling out of love with philodendrons. I noticed that they're not pulling at my heart like they used to. In the very beginning of my plant journey, I was like getting a whole bunch of philodendrons. But then I realized, you will run out of space very quickly with philodendron. So I think that's why I'm pulling back a little bit with it. But this is my philodendron. This was sold to me as a Mia. Mia? Now, honestly, you see these dots. She's not sick or anything like that. This is just a natural thing that some philodendrons do. I believe it might be like a calcium, some form of a nutrition thing for her, and that's why she's like this. She's still a pretty plant if you don't mind the spots. It's just that for me and my aesthetics, I don't know. It's really beautiful. And, you know, I was really beating myself up for actually deciding whether or not to add this as part of my get rid of, my unhaul, if you will. But she's nice and full. She's definitely healthy. She grows nonstop. It's just, I don't know. You know, call me crazy. It's just one of those things where I think when we had a good thing, we had a good thing, and now we just, I don't know, I just fell out of love with her, which is a shame because she really is a pretty plant. This next one I'm about to show you guys is like more of a fluke type of situation. Another philodendron. Not by design, but I guess I'm going down the philodendron rabbit hole, you guys. But this is my, what is this? The gold caulking. Initially, this was a free plant with purchase at one time. And at the time, I thought the free plant was going to be the painted lady. So I had to wind up buying the painted lady because that's the plant I really wanted. Didn't really even know much about the gold caulking, even though I see mature versions of this plant, what it really can be. The difference between this and the Pink Princess, from what I'm seeing, is that the stems are, Pink Princess. The painted lady is that the stems is pink on the painted lady, and she does come up with this beautiful variegated color if you give her enough light. And I think she also will give you some form of variegation. Well, I don't know, but right now she's just kind of like looking all green, and I have my golden goddess philodendron, so I don't really need this plant. You know, I don't want to have a whole bunch of duplicate type of plants. I gotta really love that plant to have duplicates of it, honestly. Because at this point, with this kind of real estate I gotta be strategic, right? But she's a pretty plant. I don't know. I just want to get rid of her. I have nothing to say as the reason why we must part ways. Okay. This one right here, you guys, I'm about to show you. You're going to flip. Because I actually have a Hoya on this list. I know you're like, oh, Pam got a Hoya. Yes, Pam got a Hoya on this list. And I'm about to show you which one it is. Which is another sad, but, you know, it's the reality of the situation. My Crimson Princess. I know, right? I know. Now, let me just show you the top. She's not very full up at the top, but the reason why, I know y'all probably like, Pam, what in the world? This plant is stunningly beautiful. There's nothing wrong with this plant. She is fully packed with her roots in here. This was one of the plants that I put outside each and every year. For the past 2 growing seasons, I've put her outside. And she's rewarded me with nothing but a lot of growth. She's also, let's see, she's given me a lot of peduncles. So you got one here. One here. Even here you can see where she's bloomed multiple times here. So she does bloom for me. The reason why I want to get rid of her is more or less I don't want to have duplicates in my home. And I have 2 other Crimson Princesses in my home. I just showed you guys the one not too long ago that I have growing in Leca. No, not Leca, in pumice. And then I also have one that's actually on a trellis inside my living room. So I really don't need this one. It's so beautiful, but I don't need it. I don't need it. I have 2. This will be the 3rd one. It's time to let one of them go. And decided that this one should be the one that I let go because it's taking up a lot of space here in my sunroom. It's loving life. And she's one of my oldest, so she's very mature and she's very full, but it's time that we part ways. This other one, you guys, I'm going to show you, I'm getting rid of because of duplication. There's nothing wrong with this plant. I love her. And this is just my ficus ruby. You guys, the baby one. I don't need... This plant is beautiful. I love it. I love the structure of it. The way... Now, mind you, it would really be bittersweet because this one was also like a little 2-incher that I separated from the mother main one. And I've grown her to be here. She's such a beautiful plant. She is. Look at those colors. But I have a big one right here that's sitting on the floor that has 2 stems coming out of it. I don't need, and then also too, the regular green rubber one has one that's growing out. The roots are so mangled up, I can't separate that. So I have these 2 plants, you might as well say 2, and then one actually growing. Guys, I don't need it. I don't need it. And if this plant will bring joy to somebody else, why not, right? So, yeah, I wouldn't feel bad about getting rid of her. I just wouldn't. So, yeah. This one right here, it's not a duplicate, but let me just show you guys and then we can, I'll show you and then we can talk. Okay. I know. This plant is beautiful, you guys. This is another one that I've had in my collection for a few years now, but I really don't want it anymore. And that's just the bottom line. I have the variegated one growing inside my home, and I don't know. I feel like with some of my thirstier plants, and probably because I'm getting more into anthuriums, perhaps more different kinds of begonias, I want to streamline my thirstier plants. You know, if my entire collection, all 300 some odd plants, consisted of watering routines and things of nature like this baby right here require, I probably would go insane, you guys, because I would be running around rapid every 15 minutes trying to water these suckers. So, very beautiful plant, as you can see. She's very full. I love her. I really do. I love the paw print on here. I don't know. It's just, oh, she's beautiful. Can you not say she's not beautiful? She's definitely beautiful. She's definitely full. I've done a lot of, I had to stick in here, but I don't even need it. I've done a lot of chopping and propping this girl to actually get her like this. Like I said, I've had her for probably like 3 years. She has very minimal crispiness of the tips, and that's probably a humidity issue, but you know, if you don't mind that, she's a beautiful plant. So yeah, I definitely want to just get rid of her because like I said, I have the variegated one and I'm okay with just having one of these Marantas. This next one, did I show you this? No, I didn't. I just want to get rid of it because I want to make my life easier. And this is just my Peperomia obtusifolia. This is the lime variegated, you guys. Beautiful plant. I used to have an all green one that grew wild and massive, you guys. And I can't remember. Either she started declining and I tried to save her and it wasn't a successful save and I never replaced that. But I saw this one and I was just drawn with the color. But in all honesty, peperomias to grow for me is a little tricky, which you would think how tricky when I got this massive hope growing behind me all up on the wall and everything. But this one has been a little bit more easier to grow. This one right here has just been a bit of a challenge to me. She's a beautiful plant, but one of the things I I want to not only have plants in my collection that's really like just giving me that awe moment, but I also want to have plants in my collection that is allowing me to care for them freely. Not a lot of hassle involved and things like that. And when you have a big collection and other things going on in your life, you really want to try to make your collection as seamless and as basic as possible, but aesthetically beautiful nonetheless, right? But this plant just, I feel like I gotta give, it's requiring me to give more than what I have to give. And so because of that, I feel like we must part. Let's see. I'm trying to make sure, well, let me show you this. I guess these are philodendrons as well. This right here, you guys, is a beautiful plant, you guys. I would be sad to have to let it go, but it is what it is, and it must happen. And this is my, actually my Paraiso Verde that's not doing much of the mottled color. But this is the top cut from my mother plant that's down here. Now let me share with you guys the mother plant if I'm able to get. This girl is heavy, but okay, so all right, so y'all see this. This is the mother plant, and look at those leaves. God, model or not, the plant is gorgeous, you gotta admit. But as you can see, you see how big and massive she is. The plant that I want to get rid of was a chop that I did last growing season somewhere down here. And my goal was to see if I could promote some more of this beautiful variegation, which I was able to get some on some of the leaves. It's very subtle, but the majority of the leaves are looking like this, which is fun. I'm loving the way that I'm growing this, and I'm not cutting her anymore. So this plant is just the top cut at one point in time of that mother plant that I just showed you. And right now I currently have her growing in my dining room. It's nothing wrong with the plant. She's beautiful. But as you can see, she has these very long petioles and she takes up a lot of space. And because I have the mother plant right here and she's happy, I don't need this plant. I don't need it. But if this plant, again, can bring joy to someone else, I mean, look at that. Look at that. That's beautiful. Bring joy into someone's world. Why not? So yeah, I'm trying to really decrease the duplicates in my home. And speaking of duplicates, this is another one that I definitely want to get rid of. And this was one of the ones where I've told you guys that I was actually thinking about just throwing it in the trash, and you guys was ready to beat me up. Said, Pam, no, don't throw it in the trash. Give her a chance. And I don't want to throw her in the trash. I don't. But honestly, if I can't get rid of her, my options is going to have to be just that. And that is sad, but it's true. And that is one of my, oh, she's heavy with it. I might have to take her out of this pot too. One of my pink princesses. Let's see if I can put her down some. You see that? She's not really, she's kind of like this one right here. My not so pink princess. I mean, she has this beautiful pink right here. This one doesn't have any pink at all, but it had it on the back, which is crazy. This one, as you can see, is the latest leaf. The leaves are big. So if you're into, and she has a little bit of pink here. As you can see, she's kind of started sizing up a bit. Right now, currently, I'm going to show y'all. Oh, God, this thing is, I don't even know if y'all can see it. I'm actually trying to air layer her because all this stem right here is just stem. I'm going to cut it and plant this up just to create a new plant, I guess, and then I'll just get rid of this bareness that's right here. Reason why I want to get rid of her is because I don't need it. Guys, I don't need this one. I have this one. And I also have one that's a little bit more variegated that's growing inside my home. So I have a total of 3. Come on now. Sometimes we gotta stop being excessive, right? So I don't need this plant. So somebody please take it off my hands. But yeah, I don't need it. I don't even have no desire of even wanting it for the simple fact that I already have 2. Now, my last one, you guys, I was on the fence about it as well, but it's a duplicate now at this point. And that's my Anthurium clarinervium. I know, right? Okay. Y'all know I had it in my self-watering pot, this plant and the other one, 2 combined into 1. But they're growing so big and nice, guys. I don't need to. I'm being honest. I don't need to. I have this one that's right here. It's growing fine. I have this one that's also growing in here. This was the one, though, honestly, I think I eradicated, full disclosure, I think I eradicated like the, I don't know if this plant was having thrips, one of them pests, but I think I've gotten rid of it. But, you know, of course, you'll always see the damage of it. What can you do, right? But yeah, I don't need it. I don't need her. I already have one. I love the heart shape. It's such a beautiful leaf. I love the veination. It's actually a sexy plant. It's a sexy plant, you guys. But I already have one. So why hold on to it? Why have a whole bunch of duplicates? So yeah, she has to go. Sad day in plant history in Pam's house, but she has to go. And so this right here is just a small collection that I really want to get rid of. And I want to start with these plants, honestly, and then maybe as I do a little bit more looking into like my dining room and living room, maybe a quick review of my bedroom, but I don't think I want to get rid of any of my plants in my bedroom. And I do want to do another walkthrough in this sunroom, though, to actually ask myself, Pam, what plants do you really don't want? Because what's going to happen, you guys, is as you fall out of love with your plants, certain plants anyway, at least for me, I've learned that I'm not going to give it my all in all and really take care of the plant as much as I would for the ones that I love, the ones that bring me joy, the ones that don't give me headaches, the ones that it's easy going for me. Not saying that some of these plants aren't easy going, because I gotta say for the most part, I mean, that peperomia do be having my anxiety up sometimes. The Hoya, like, come on now, the Hoya's really easy care. The philodendron's been pretty much easy care. It's just, again, it's just time for me to say goodbye. And yeah, it's time. I gotta get rid of something, right? I can't keep bringing plants in. And y'all know last year I did a whole bunch of buying plants. I can't keep buying the plants and not doing something. So I need to either do a, what do they call it, like a conveyor belt type of thing. Plants I'm bringing in, plants I need to be taking out, to promote my healthy mental state, and so that I won't feel overwhelmed. I don't feel overwhelmed, because I gotta honestly say, right now, today, I'm not feeling overwhelmed. Will I feel overwhelmed 5 days from now, 5 weeks, 5 months? Who knows? I'm quite sure that I will at some point in time. But right now, with my collection the way that it is, I do love the majority of my plants. And right now, it's a joy taking care of them. Right now, I don't feel overwhelmed, but I don't want to get to that stage either. So I'm trying to be a little proactive here. So, but yeah, comment, you guys, and let me know of any options you can think of, safe options you can think of, where I can actually sell these plants or whatever the case is. But they gotta go, you guys. I gotta unhaul these suckers. I love them to death, but I feel like they would be loved even more if they were in homes where people really wanted to try their hand in some of these plants or whatever the case may be. And again, I'm going to leave my email address down below, you guys. Anybody live in Maryland, you seen any plants that you might want to buy, reach out to me, and maybe we can do something whenever the weather breaks or whatever. But thank you so much, you guys, for coming along and joining me in another step of my journey here. If I decide that I want to declutter some other plants or whatever, I will share those plants as well. I will eventually have to do a serious walkthrough and ask myself some basic questions and make some tough decisions, But don't we do that as parents? Plant or otherwise, we make tough decisions, right? But that's it, you guys. Keep in mind, if you love foliage as much as I do and you love listening to planty things, definitely subscribe to this channel if you have not, and keep doing what I've been asking you guys, pushing those thumbs up. Push them up. Thank you so much. It's been helping my channel. Enjoy your day wherever you are in the world, you guys, and until next time, much love. Bye. Wow, you guys, I can't. I'm telling you. I'm laughing at myself because a year ago, I would have been like, get rid of what? Get rid of who? Who needs to go? I tripped myself out. Bye, y'all.